Hi, this is Stephanie Manley with Copycat.com. I'm going to show you how you can make Bennigans baked potato soup. Now I know it's a little crazy, but we don't bake the potatoes for baked potato soup. I think it really just refers to the fact that we put on all other sorts of goodies. And we're going to begin with chicken broth. I really like to use a low sodium chicken broth whenever I'm cooking. That way I get to control the seasonings. Now I'm using something that may be unusual for some folks that is soup based, and I will talk about that in a minute. You need chicken and ham. If you can't find ham, just a little piece of ham will work. And obviously we are going to put in some chopped potatoes, some chopped onion, and some flour for a thickening ingredient. We are also going to use about a cup of either half and half or heavy cream to help round out the soup. And we're going to use butter. The butter and the flour are going to get combined to thicken up the soup a little bit. So let me tell you about soup base. Soup base is better than bouillon. It comes in a paste and it really gives a much better flavor with a lot less sodium. And I highly recommend it. It's sold right next to the bouillon or sometimes near stocks in your grocery store. So we're going to begin by putting all of our chicken stock into a pot, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken and my ham base, and I'm just going to let those kind of heat together thoroughly. So this is going to help incorporate the flavors a little bit better. So now we are going to saute our onions in a little bit of butter. It's always a great idea to go ahead and saute onions up before you start cooking with them. It's really going to help with their flavor. They won't taste so raw. You'll get the nice sweet goodness out of the onions. So if you've never sauteed onions before, you're going to do this on about a medium heat, maybe medium-high heat, and you're just going to let the butter melt a little bit before you stick in the onions, and you're simply going to saute them. It can take just a couple of minutes, and you're going to see that they're going to become translucent, and a lot of that raw flavor is going to simply cook out. They become fabulous this way. Now, sometimes when I'm sauteing onions like this, I like to go ahead and add just a little bit of salt. It helps get the liquid out of the onions, so you get a much more intense flavor. Now I'm going to begin to add the potatoes into the sauteed onions, and then we're going to go ahead and give those a quick stir. I really just like to do this to coat the potatoes fully with butter. I think it just helps with, again, it helps distribute the flavor. It helps bring the onion flavor right into those potatoes. So we're just going to saute these for a couple of seconds, and then we are going to go ahead and salt and pepper them. I like to salt and pepper before food is fully cooked. This way you're going to go ahead and bring the spices in while the food is cooking, and it's not an afterthought this way. So I highly recommend seasoning before something is fully cooked. So now it's time to go ahead and start to add in the liquid. I add in, I don't know, about 3/4 of the liquid and give it a quick stir, and then I go ahead and add in the remainder of the liquid. Now at this point, this is where your soup actually does the cooking. It's going to take, I don't know, 25-30 minutes before the soup becomes fully cooked. So while the soup is cooking, we're going to go ahead and make our thickening agent. Now I'm using a couple tablespoons of butter and a couple tablespoons of flour. And you just need to soften up the butter a little bit and add in your flour. And then you're going to give this a nice stir, and that's all you need to do to make a wonderful thickening agent for your soup. So we're going to finish the soup by adding in our flour and butter mixture. The soup's going to thicken, and once it begins to thicken, go ahead and add in your half and half or heavy cream, whichever one you have on hand, and you're going to finish the soup up, and that's all you need to do. Then we can put it into a nice bowl, add a little bit of cheddar cheese. I'm using a Monterey Jack blend here. I just love the way those taste together. I'm going to use some green onions or scallions and some cooked bacon. And there you go. You have your own Bennigan's potato soup in about 30-35 minutes. So be sure to rate this video, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.